let's talk about Deebo Samuel's magic number. First of all, Kyle Shanahan update Deebo Samuel's injury status today on the conference call and said that Fred Warner was closer to returning this past week than Deebo, and that they expect Fred Warner to be at practice on Wednesday. Less clear with Deebo. And all he would say is that he's day-to-day, and they're hopeful that he will play this week. Now, 1 to 2 week injury, they called it. It seems like what they're saying is Warner is most likely going to play this week. Deebo, this could be a 2 week injury. And also, he's so important to the team. They probably shouldn't rush him back. They're in a tough spot, though. With all these running backs out, they may feel they can't win without Deebo Samuel. I mean, if you can't beat the Seahawks without Deebo Samuel, the 3-8 Seahawks who are now 4-8, are you going to beat 7-5? Is that what they are? Bengals without him? I'm not sure. Anyway, that's the injury news for Deebo Samuel. Not as close to returning as Fred Warner, but could return this weekend. Now, I want to talk about why I feel Deebo Samuel is the MVP of the league and why the Niners would have won had they had him yesterday. And they might be able to win, to go on a run in the playoffs with Deebo Samuel if he stays healthy. It's a wild stat. I'm calling it Deebo Samuel's magic number. When the 49ers give Deebo Samuel at least 3 carries this season, that's it. Just 3 or more. More than 2. When the Niners give Deebo Samuel more than 2 carries, they're undefeated. 3 or more. 3-0. Okay? All right, now, I'm going to blow your mind on this. When they give him 2 carries, just 2 exactly, they're 1-1. 500. Okay? And when they give him 1 or fewer carries, 1 or 0 carries, they're 2-5 this season. 2-5. Now, I'm not saying that all the Niners have to do is give the first 3 plays of the game to Deebo, hand off to Deebo, they win. I'm not saying that. I just feel like this stat really underscores what he's doing for the team. Moving him to running back and just handing him the ball has changed the entire complexion of the season for the 49ers. Because here's the thing about playing Deebo at wide receiver. He's a good wide receiver, but he's limited by his quarterback, who can't throw the ball to all the places on the field. He can only throw them to certain parts of the field. And he's limited by the fact that he drops a lot of passes. So if you give Deebo Samuel 10 targets a game, which is what the Niners were giving him early on, they're all going to be in the same part of the field because of Jimmy Garoppolo, and he'll drop at least 1 of those passes, maybe 2, sometimes 3. So better to just turn to him and hand off, especially since he's averaging 9.5 yards per carry. So look, if he comes back next week and they can use him the way they've been using him, give him 3 carries, 3 to 6, 3 to 8, history says they'll win. They just have to get him healthy and keep using him the right way. Deebo Samuel's magic number bodes well for the 49ers. It's such a simple thing to do. But is it sustainable? I don't know. 3 carries. Something to think about. Mosley's out. Season's over. Start Trey. Thank you, Loki Smoke. Sorry. Smash that like button. Start Trey. Sit Jimmy to save trade value. That's true, right? The more they play Jimmy, the more he hurts his trade value. On that play action toward the end of the game, why did they not let Trey do it? Where are those packages? Oh, Kyle doesn't want to do that anymore. And when you ask him about it, he gets really upset. Like there's no reason that he shouldn't even ask about it. Like shouldn't have to answer about it.